This man is Howard Storm. He had a near-death experience. Really touched me. But, there I go. I must be a goat because I'm always butting. I first saw his near-death experience on Unsolved Mysteries in 1997. And that helped me. I would always think about the segment I saw in Unsolved Mysteries when I could not go to sleep because the death anxiety was plaguing my mind, dogging me. But the butterflies racking my stomach with the thought, what if death is the end? What if there's no life after death? Then the unconsciousness of sleep is but a foretaste of the final eternal oblivion when you die. And that made me have an aversion to sleep. I'd lay in bed for 2-3 hours. I'd go to bed at 2 and sometimes it would be 5 o'clock because I'd hear my brother's watch beeping and my brother getting up. Eventually I would fall asleep. But I didn't know it was Howard Storm back then, but I know now. But listen to this. I'm forgetting what I want to say. In 2002, I found out who he was and went and got his book, My Descent into Death, and it touched me. But there I go again like a goat button. Angry.
And I called out, Jesus, please save me. And with that, a tiny light appeared in the darkness, and it got brighter and brighter and brighter and came over me. And out of this light came hands and arms, and he reached down and touched me. And when he touched me, all the gore, which I had not seen before, but now saw in his indescribably brilliant brightness, just dissolved away. And physically, I became whole, but much more importantly than that was as he touched me, I was filled with his love, which is indescribably greater than any love I've ever. I wish I had another word, because the love that we experience in this world is not comparable to his love.
Man, I hope to God this experience is true, that he truly met Jesus, not some counterfeit Christ, and that he truly met Jesus. That this was not a part of his dying mind, but what kills it for me, I'm reading his book, My Descent into Death. He writes, I'm quoting this as best I can. Was my near-death experience a mental delusion brought on by the trauma of a dying mind? This became an obsession with me. Maybe his super subconscious knows something his conscious doesn't. That really bothers me. That just kills the whole experience for me. It became an obsession with me. And one of the first versions of My Descent into Death he put out, he wrote, it became an obsession with me to wonder whether my experience with Jesus and the angels was real or brought on by the trauma of a dying brain. He says he concluded it was not just that because of the changes in his life, but the very, very fact that he asked those questions really dogs me, makes me doubt his whole experience. And another experience, when another session where he's telling about the experience of meeting Jesus, he's like, by everything that is holy is Jesus, man. And that just settles that. And that's the end of that story. Now he said, and the person I met identified himself as Jesus, and according to all that is holy, that he was Jesus, and that settles that. The way he said that is what he doesn't say that bothers me. Because in that I hear him saying there is a possibility he couldn't be Jesus, but I really think it was Jesus. You know, like the Apostle Paul, a person who's lying, I tell you the truth, I lie not. My conscience bearing me witness. If he knew that was Jesus, he just say it. And if you didn't believe it, that's your fucking problem. But by swearing by all that is holy, he was Jesus, man. That makes me doubt. That makes me doubt, and that gnaws on gnaws at me.
Which is so overwhelming. And the hands went underneath me, around my back, and he picked me up. Held me like a mom, like a dad, and held me hard up against him. And I put my arms around him and held him, and he loved me and made me know that it's okay. And he was like rubbing my back, and it was sort of like, it's all right now, it's okay.
I so badly want to believe this. I so badly, but like a goat. I just don't fucking know.
Okay, it's okay.
It's real as...
Oh, I love him. And as he was doing that, we started to leave this place of nothing but torment and pain and agony. And as we're traveling up, I see off in the distance this enormous center of light with all kinds of activity around it, like a mega galaxy of light. And I go, oh, I'm such a piece of garbage.
And his paintings of the near-death experience look like computer-generated images. They did not look like real life. So that is another thing that bothers me. He painted what the angels looked like, what the great center of light looked like, and it looks like some cheap-ass computer image would develop, not something like he really saw that was real.
He's made a terrible mistake. I don't belong
Why
here.
did you say that?
Because I was. I mean, Jesus came into, I'm not talking about a trash heap, I'm talking a garbage dump. I'm talking a cesspool of filth. And he touched me! Why would he touch me?
Okay. He's showing emotion, crying right now. But let's go back in time to 2002. Why I found out he was a pastor of a church in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I just dialed 411 Zion United Church of Christ, something like that. And I actually talked to this man. Let me tell you something. For someone who has the inside track to Jesus Christ, for someone who said Jesus loved him like he could not imagine, this motherfucker could not and did not pass it in on a scintilla of love to me. I got zero love from this motherfucker. He was cold as a morgue store. He was cold as a morgue slab. You could hear the impatience that tinged his voice, like he said something other to do than talk with me on the goddamn telephone. I telephoned him a few times. I asked if I could send him a song I wrote and some stuff. He's like, yeah. One time I called him. He's like, I can't talk to you. I got a wedding tonight. You know, he's like, I can't talk to you now. I got a wedding to go to tonight. Like that. Now, who the fuck has weddings at night? Was he lying? I mean, weddings happen in the daytime, not in the nighttime. What the fuck? He said in his book, My Descent into Death, my new passion is helping people. Well, he didn't help me. He filled me with hate. Or helped fill me with hate by ignoring me, by just blowing me off. But when it was just him and me and God. Because talking to one person like me doesn't help him sell books. Help him get money. Help him get famous. Had I been on the Oprah Winfrey Show talking with him, he'd have taken the time to talk to me. Maybe. But he blew it. If his near-death experience was real, I believe he met the counterfeit Christ, the angel of light, the devil. Because he did not show one goddamn ounce of love to me. I'm angry. I'm fucking goddamn fucking God fucking unfucking God fucking Holy Ghost angry. no matter how I talk to him. And I emailed him. One time in the emails, tango@coastnet.com. That was the email I used to show you. If we got a goddamn private detective, you can find those emails. He's like, I kept asking him questions. One time he responded, you could tell he was impatient by the way he answered my question. Finally, he said, look, you need to find a counselor. I'm not qualified to answer these type of questions. Oh, you're not? You got an inside track to Jesus Christ. You don't know these fucking questions? Maybe your experience was a delusion, or it's a con game. You didn't show any love to me. I'm angry. Trust me, Howard Storm, I'm in your corner. I so badly want to believe this. But what I'm seeing and what you're saying doesn't match. Your actions are speaking so loud to me I can't hear what the fuck you're saying. Because there's a duplicity, a dichotomy, a hypocrisy. You need to find a counselor. Yeah, I want to talk to you because you got the inside track to God. You got to ask him every question you could think to ask him. Why in the fuck didn't you ask him questions that could have demonstrated that your Jesus was the real Jesus? Like, what happened to the lost colony? What causes spontaneous human combustion? What happened to Flight 19 that got lost over the Bermuda Triangle? Why didn't you ask any questions like this? Or what causes homosexuality? That's a question I'm dying to know the answer to. God damn. I'm angry. The more people keep rejecting me, you're going to make me into a monster that you're not going to like.